Hi there, as usually it's me, just a voiceover. You're watching Review Machines, and this is brand new all-terrain vehicle called Finist. Here he is, our hero. In fact, it's a production of a small workshop. They make few vehicles for others, so we have all the reasons to call this ATVs handmade. By the way, if anyone isn't familiar with them, we already have made a review of their tracked ATV. There is a video on the channel. Today we will explore and test their latest model, so grab your seats in our vehicle, we are heading out soon. But first, as always, I urge you, my friends, to subscribe to our channel, it's very important for us, thank you. From the outside, this machine in my opinion looks quite impressive. It's a big, burly all-terrain vehicle with a rugged and powerful look. From a distance, it might remind you of a hammer or something similar. That is why I call it a hammer-made hammer. But when you get up close, you can see that the Finist has its own unique monumental style. Some might find the design a bit rough around the edges, but the creators focused mostly on performance and off-road capabilities, which we'll test separately. This beast isn't small by any means. It's 3800mm long, 2350mm wide, and 8050mm tall. It weighs 1100 kilos. The base is an integrated welded frame built into the body, with the body itself covered by 3mm composite material. It has low-pressure tires, 1370mm diameter, and the ground clearance is 500mm. Now let's pop the hood. We've got here 80 horsepower fuel-injected engine with a torque of 120 Nm. It works with a mechanical gearbox, which has been modified to lower the RPMs and boost torque. Let's fire it up! At idle, the engine runs smoothly and quietly, with a pleasant sound. No rattling, no drama, just a solid, reliable hum. So far, so good. From the gearbox, the torque goes to the axles from a 4Runner. Optionally, you can equip these axles with locking differentials, a nice touch for serious off-roading. Another key feature is the suspension. The Finist comes with the leaf springs at both the front and rear, with long travel shocks. Well, I'm curious to see how smooth the ride will be. The all-terrain vehicle also comes with a hydraulic steering system, which makes handling those big wheels surprisingly easy and responsive. Now let's check out the turning radius. Well, the turning radius is predictably not the tightest, but it's still not so bad. Finist has full set of lights. It's got powerful LED headlights, running lights, brake lights, and so on. On the roof there is a large rack, and it's easily accessible thanks to convenient ladder. Alright, enough talking, let's take the thing for a spin. Time to see how it handles out there. Buckle up! Let's fire up the engine and try starting off in third gear right away. First and second gears here act as a low-range gears for tackling tough off-road sections. But as you can see in normal conditions, the ATV starts in third gear with ease. The familiar car-like steering makes it super intuitive. Everything is where you'd expect it to be: the steering wheel, pedals and gear shifter. It responds briskly to the throttle, and the disc brakes grip firmly. But what really stood out to me, it's how smooth the ride is. Having a proper suspension system, it's a huge advantage. The hydraulic steering is incredibly light, so you can turn the wheel with just one finger. First impressions? Quite positive. Now let me show you what it has inside. Stay tuned. As I mentioned earlier, the layout is pretty standard. There are two seats for a driver and a passenger. The seats are adjustable and the steering wheel can also be adjusted. The dashboard is intuitive, with all the essential gauges: speedometer, tachometer, fuel level, temperature, and so on. The pedals are in the usual positions too. Between the seats there is access to the engine. Above the windshield there is a shelf, and the dashboard has a handy spot for phones and other small items. Now let's take a look at the rear compartment. The interior here is lined with eco leather. There is a large hatch, and the back is equipped with side benches that can easily and quickly be converted into a flat sleeping area. There are side windows and some lighting. So we've covered the main features of the ATV. Now it's time to move on to the second part of our video, the practical tests. Let's go! Many people like a car layout in ATVs, and this is understandable. Familiar handling, practical and spacious interior. In fact, we have a large SUV in front of us, but very capable on off-roading, able to float and with sleeping places. The hydraulic steering and well-known transmission provide easy and intuitive operation. And most importantly, the full suspension with low-pressure wheels gives us a smooth ride and comfort for everyone on board. As to the disadvantages of this solution, probably we have the increased turning radius. By the way, as we can see, this ATV is quite nimble. There is no asphalt nearby, but let's try to check the top speed right here on a flat field. Check this out. Right now, the Finist is moving at almost top speed, and the drivers is barely feeling any bumps, even though we are driving across a field, not an asphalt. And as you can see, we've managed to hit up to 69 km per hour here. For an off-roader, that's a pretty good result. Awesome. In these shots, you can see us trying to recreate something like the moose test, making sharp maneuvers at speed. And look, the vehicle stays stable. Pretty impressive, right? Next, we are making our way through the forest, looking for some challenges to put this off-roader to the test. By the way, if the customer wants, they can also install a used Toyota 1NZ FE engine with 109 horsepower and 130 Nm of torque. Funny enough, that option would actually cost less due to the used engine, so it's up to you. By the way, I'm curious, what would you choose? An off-roader with a brand new Chinese engine or one with a used Toyota engine? Let me know in the comments. Meanwhile, as we are driving through the spring swamp, we are not really finding any serious challenges for the Finist. The engine with its 120 Nm of torque handles the low gear confidently, and we are not running into any issues here, even though this particular model doesn't have any locking differentials. Now we are crossing a pretty deep ditch we came across. The front overhang is practically zero, and while there is a slight rear overhang, it's minimal and protected with a power bumper, so there is no fear of scraping and getting stuck. This thing just keeps going. Next up, we've come across a small river, or maybe a large creek. When we tried to cross it with the tractor ATV, the tracks got stuck in the thick ice on the bank, and we couldn't back out either. So now we are seeing if the Finist can come to the rescue. Turns out the built off-roader has enough pulling power to easily pull the tracked vehicle out. Nice. Now let's see if the Finist can handle this obstacle on its own. The front wheels manage to climb onto the ice, but the rear ones just can't get a grip. Still, the Finist isn't giving up and keeps trying. As you can see, it's not working out so far. Time to remember what all the off-roaders do in any tricky situation. That's right, they air down the tires. And that's exactly what we are doing. By the way, there is a quick way to reinflate the tires using a special hose connected to the exhaust. And the result is right on your screens. The Finist conquers this obstacle. Now let's try going back, but through a tougher spot this time. Just a reminder, this particular machine doesn't have locking differentials, but they can be installed if the customer wants them. Without the lockers, we had to work a bit harder and play around with the steering, but in the end, the Finist managed to handle this challenge too. And now it's time to talk about the prices. As always, the cost will depend on the configuration and equipment of the off-roader. But here I can give you the base price. This ATV costs about $15,000. Well, let's go today, my friends. Thanks for having a ride with us. Please post your comments what you think of this ATV. Consider watching another hour video about similar machine. Stay with us, there will be many more interesting materials here. Goodbye.